on WHTL.
Listen up, you filthy maggots! It's time for the Veterans Connection on WHTL.
Sir, yes, sir.
I can't hear you.
Sir, yes, sir.
Attention! You serve your country. You made the sacrifice. The Veterans Connection is here to help. So fall in line, dirtbags.
Sir, yes, sir.
What's that? I can't hear you.
Yes, Drill Sergeant!
Now pay attention. The Veterans Connection is brought to you by the Trempealeau County Council of the American Legion, International Ingredients, Reedy Concrete and Construction, Fireworks over Blair, Mondovi Insurance Agency. Now listen up. The Veterans Connection starts right now.
There we go. Oh, we had a glitch. Okay, anyway, every Tuesday here on WHTL, thank you, Stephen, I get to welcome the members of the military for the Veterans Connection. I appreciate that. Always great. Today I get to visit with Brian Lyga, former commander of the Trempealeau County Council of the American Legion, and guest Toni Mattson, author, podcaster, equestrian. She's going to be joining me here shortly. But good morning, Brian. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing pretty good.
Long time since I've seen you.
Yeah, a couple days maybe.
I know. We had a great event for the summer music series at the bandstand, and Brian was there with the American Legion. So welcome to the studio this morning, sir.
Thank you.
Always good to see you. And you got a few things you want to talk about?
Yeah, I got four or five things that are going on. One of the things that's going on isn't really part of the American Legion, but they are part of our family. The MVets Riders Post 1 out of Pleasantville will be having a 4-man scramble on 20 June. That's this Saturday. They have lots of prizes and for a fun day of golfing. Badger Boys started this week. Badger Girls starts next week. For Badger Boys, if you're a veteran, they have the Salute to Veterans and inaugural ceremony this Thursday at the McPhee Olson Center, 509 University Drive, University of Wisconsin, Eau Claire campus at 6:30. It is quite an event. If you can make it there, please make it.
That's a cool thing.
Yeah. Legion Baseball and Softball have started. We have teams in GET, Osseo, Arcadia, and Whitehall. Arcadia will be hosting again the Wounded Veterans Truck Show and Convoy June 26th and 27th. I know you guys are advertising for that.
Yeah, we'll be there for that, too.
Arcadia will be the color guard for that. Let's see. Independence, they'll host the National Night Out at the Four Seasons Park on 4 August. Maybe next month we'll talk a little bit more about that. June 19th, Whitehall will hold the Relay for Life, and I know you're announcing that. That'll be at the Whitehall School District. Opening ceremonies at 5. Trumbull County Food Pantry, 20 June from 5 to 5. And that's all we got going on this week.
That's enough.
That's plenty. That's plenty.
That's plenty. And it's good to see Toni Mattson in the studio again. And Brian, Toni's got quite an interesting background.
She does. And, we haven't seen her for 2 years. She was on the show about 2 years ago. And I don't know how we met.
I think it was at Skip's.
It was. Yeah, it was at the truck convoy.
Yeah.
And we started to talk, and, she has horses, and they take care of our vets, and I'll let you go on from there.
Well, just to give a little background, Toni is a speaker, author, and passionate advocate for veterans who are hurting. And she's a dual certified horse professional with advanced training in military PTS. That's an interesting field. How did you end up getting into that?
I have been a horse lover all my life. And so I think really it was the combination of just a really deep affection for the animal, and then a bit of an experience that I had with my dad. Both my mom and dad are World War II veterans, and Dad came back just struggling terribly with his experience. My mom was an Army nurse. He was a lieutenant colonel, 20 years in.
Right.
And he and I had an occasion one evening that I accidentally startled him, and he threw me to the kitchen floor, put me in a chokehold, and that kind of created the without even knowing it, a passion, if you will, a compassion for veterans and families. And I think just along my life, God put together the passion, the compassion, and ended up where, several decades later, we bought Pinewood Stables, changed the name to Trinity Equestrian Center. I knew with all my heart that horses could do far more than just give you a good ride. So I went out, got certified, started our team, and it's almost 25 years later. Next year's our 25th.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Isn't that crazy?
And it's located in Eau Claire,
Yep.
I know. And by the way, here is a book that Toni wrote, and it is a really good read. If you get a
smart.
chance to check it out, and you've got a veteran, make sure you clue them into this, and don't be afraid to reach out to Toni about the Equestrian Center
Absolutely.
up in Eau Claire. And before we get to what's coming down the pike, what do you think what do you see as the biggest changes that the horses actually make in the lives of the vets who are struggling? I mean, that's an interesting thing, the juxtaposition between the horse and the individual.
Yeah, it is. And I really think that one of the biggest things that our veterans and first responders, frankly, are needing is hope. And I see that so many are hoping for hope, and I think the relationship with the horses actually gives them that, because it starts with that connection, and the connection that grows then to a relationship then into trust. And nothing is going to happen. No progress is going to happen until you reach trust. But when you do, that hope starts flooding back in. And when that happens, there's just so much that changes. But, horses are really unique. Lots of times people say to me, well, aren't they like a dog? And I'm a big dog lover. We have 3 dogs. So, they're really different. They're different than a dog. Dogs are they're so forgiving, and they're so, they're so approachable, and no matter pretty much what you do, they're going to come back to you and just love on you.
Yeah.
Horses aren't that way.
No.
You gotta earn their trust.
Yeah.
And because of that prey-predator mentality, you're doing that almost every encounter. And that's one of the biggest things that veterans and first responders find, that trust element is the highest commodity. And without it, you got to earn it. And that's what horses really cause you to do every encounter. And I think that's why they are so relatable. The veteran and the horse are so relatable, because they both need to rebuild the trust, and they hold it in such high esteem.
They form that bond.
Absolutely. Battle buddy. Doesn't have to be human.
Yep. Absolutely. You've got a really neat thing here that you want to talk about coming down the pike in September. And this looks like a really cool event. And your keynote speaker, wow.
She is a superstar, Tracy LaTourette.
Yeah.
She is Colorado's first female fighter pilot.
From my home state.
Is that awesome? Yeah. Good, cool. She's not just a pilot. This is a gal who has a bio that is a mile long. She has opened for many of our presidents. She is an awarded TV program host, and just a marvelous speaker. She's spoken all over the world, and we get her.
That's really cool.
Yeah, she's our
really
keynote.
Cool.
Yeah, and we have a great lineup of supporting speakers. The whole day on Saturday is going to be, I think, like no other. We've had people who are familiar with the speakers that we have all lined up, and they've made comments to me like, I can't believe you have all of these people, at one time in the same place. This just doesn't happen. So I think, we're just so blessed to have it. But it will be a really, really great one. This is our second year. Last year, we had wonderful speakers as well. We had about 250 people who came for our first year, which we thought was just amazing. And yet we are expecting more people, and we've actually moved it off of Trinity onto the Eau Claire Event Center. We're going to be in La Crescent, and it'll be amazing.
That will be amazing, and it sounds like certainly a lot more room, too.
Yeah, it is. It is. And indoor bathrooms, by the way. Just saying, okay?
And tickets are on sale now?
Yes, they are.
Okay,
yep,
how can people get tickets
Yep, they
for
can
that?
go to either trinity-ec.com or they can go to strengthinservicesummit.com. That'll take them directly there. You just click through it. You'll see all the speakers, all their bios. You'll see the whole schedule. And you can
the horses
definitely
be there, too?
They will.
Well, that guarantees that people are going to go then.
I know. We had to bring them. We can't
Had to
leave them
bring the
out.
horses. Absolutely. What a cool event. Trinity's Strength in Service Summit coming up on September 12th at the Eau Claire Event Center with keynote speaker Tracy LaTourette, Colorado's first female fighter pilot. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Even since she's my home state,
I know.
how can I not like
I
that?
know, exactly.
Yeah.
I know.
It's interesting. I'm glad that PTSD has become forefront in some of the struggles for veterans because, I understand my dad was a World War II vet. And PTSD is real.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
I think it was so ignored and almost undiagnosed for so long because, especially the World War II generation, they just tried to bury it. They came home and tried to go back to work and build families. And they tried to ignore it, and they found ways to cope, whether it be, alcohol or just setting themselves aside and shutting themselves in. And, I think we've learned so much about PTSD over the years. I think your approach to it is pretty unique.
Thank you. I think that we fully know, and we are so sold out on equine assisted therapy. Okay, I mean that is. However, I always say whenever I speak anywhere that yes, I'm a huge advocate of that form of therapy, but even more than that, I am a bigger advocate of find your fit. Whatever that is, it may not be horses, it may not be fishing or mountain climbing, I don't care what it is. Whatever resonates with you and helps you find your balance again, find your reset button and supports you. Oh my gosh. And honestly, I wrote a whole program on Find Your Fit. If people are listening and they don't know where to go, they don't know where to start, go to either my website, ToniMattson.com, or reach out to Trinity. I can send you a free link to the whole process of finding what it is that really can help, and it spans all of Wisconsin into Minnesota. So,
all right.
Yep.
Toni
And
Mattson,
that's not only for veterans either, that's for everybody.
That is exactly right. Thanks, Brian.
Good deal. Can you pull that out a little closer?
Sure.
There you go.
I got her.
All righty. Toni Mattson, thank you so much
Mark.
for coming in again. It's really good to see you.
Good to see you guys, too.
And like I said, make sure you go check out this book because it is really a good read. And you can find out more at ToniMattson.com. And Brian, good to see you.
And you too.
And 250th anniversary of the country coming up. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And, our Flag Day a couple days ago, that was pretty awesome, too.
That was.
Yep.
I got to give big kudos to the fire department here in Whitehall for hanging up that huge, beautiful
You
flag
bet.
off the tower truck. That was amazing.
That was something else.
Yeah, it was. Anyway, one more question. If veterans are listening right now and they want to reach out to you, Toni, in regard to the horses, what's the easiest way to do that?
Easiest way would be to call our main number, and that's 715-835-4530.
All righty.
That's the direct line. If they want to learn about the program before they call, which is often what happens, then go to trinity-ec.com, click on Veterans.
Okay, trinity-ec.com, or you can even go to ToniMattson.com. Thank you,
right.
Toni.
Thank you.
Brian.
Thank you, veterans. Thank you for your service, and thank you for our freedoms.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Absolutely. Veterans Connection every Tuesday on WHTL, brought to you by Trempealeau County Council, the American Legion, Reedy Concrete Construction, Fireworks Over Blair Committee, Mondovia Insurance, and International Ingredient Corporation.
We are the American Legion family. This includes the American Legion Auxiliary, the Sons of the American Legion, and the Legion Riders. If you are a veteran, a spouse of a veteran,